do men actually like women? Because I'm not going to go through all these comments. There's a lot of comments, a whole lot of comments. Our goddesses have lost their goddess because women have lost their value. They've become sex tokens. Even themselves, they don't value who they are. So our women have been stolen from us. We have no women but children bearers and vagina owners. She's a long one. Capture the mind and the rest is done. Many people do not understand this. Women were teachers of the nation, generation. Capture that teacher and job is done. They have turned them against any male being. They have painted men as bad. Men value women. We do. Women do not value men, even their own fathers. They even insult them and call them trash. Same father that raised her, same man that loathes her, same brother that values her as a sister. The worst part is that it's only almost black women who have fallen into this trash. Man, this goes on and on and on, man. White man's ideology has become our culture. That's why I have no respect for him. He doesn't care to correct situations. This is just going off the topic though, you know. There seems to be a story trailing back to quite a lot of things there. I think it's very difficult to kind of try and call out something, and one uses a lot of different subjects, such as the hashtag men are trash movement or so on. I mean, it has its own issues and so on. That does not necessarily validate that, you know, though I get the argument that the individual is trying to sort of bring about. It's raining now, you might hear it, so it's a bit of noise in the background now. I'm going to pause the video because I think the rain is really kind of spoiling it for me. Okay, rain has come down. Okay, let's finish the conversation from where we left it off, please. Do men make sexual advances or get to know women for sexual benefits? Yes, they do. Some do, some don't. Not every one of them, but the ones who do. Even the thunderstorms are agreeing with me that this is quite a crazy topic. It's a thunderous kind of subject. Look, there's some don't, some do, but all in all, we gotta understand something here, okay? People are different. It depends on your individual preferences or your individual. It depends on your intentions. But what informs your intentions? I don't know. Some people have good intentions, some people don't have good intentions, and it doesn't mean that those with bad intentions represent their specific gender. It doesn't mean that those who pursue certain things in order to get whatever they want out of the other person without particularly liking the person as a form of representation for their specific gender, because they don't represent anybody but themselves. You know, you don't represent me, definitely not. If you're a guy out there that just wants to be friends with men because you care about what you get out of them, but you don't actually really like them, then that's not who I am. All right? Yeah, look, it's not a new thing. Everybody wants to get something out of everybody. Blessers want to get something out of women in exchange for money or for favors or whatever the case might be, and women want those favors. It might be in the form of money, jewelry, whatever it is that they're treated into. So a new form of pimping, I guess, if you may, or a legalized form of pimping. You get those type of things. You have older women who just want to have fun for whatever reason, or with the much younger dudes. And the younger dudes just enjoy the fact that she's more of a professional person, or rather she's a professional woman with, you know, certain accomplishments. She's got a nice car, she's got a career, she's got money. They get to have all of that while they keep her busy and entertained, if you may. So it's one of those things. But that doesn't mean that they represent everybody else. The other time, or when I was 25 years old, I remember sitting down with my colleagues and they were talking about stuff. And the matter of sexuality came up, and I was like, I don't know what you're talking about, I'm still a virgin. And they were like, what? Man, dude at 25 years old? I don't believe that. If a guy or anybody at 25 says that they're a virgin, they're lying. I was like, yo, dude. I'm sitting right here. I'm like, yeah, well, I am, believe it or not. So it's weird because where I come from, I knew a lot of other people who were still virgins by choice, you know. But there are other people whom, in their worldview, that doesn't exist for some reason. So that tells you that the people that you roll with, or what surrounds you, or who you surround yourself with, informs you of your worldview and what your perception of the standard of life, in particular, to whatever the subject matter is, would mean or would be for you. It will be informed by those surroundings, obviously. And I don't see this subject as being different in any way. I think it's just one of those things. Like I said, for me personally, I like and dislike people on the basis of their characters, not their gender, or because of whatever I'm trying to get from them. It might ring true to some, but I think all those comments, I think, really kind of give you a clear picture of the kind of climate we're in, and also the perception that everybody seems to have about the other. I think there's a lot of perceptions, and there's fewer genuine conversations that people are not having, or rather there's fewer conversations that people are having that are necessary for us to bridge that gap. I think everybody needs to stop with the perceptions about the other. Girls have perceptions about men, men have perceptions about girls or women, or whatever the case might be. You'll be surprised if you actually just try to get to know people for themselves. Naturally, men will be attracted to women. Hands down, I mean, that's how God created. We're created as a specimen that is meant to become attracted to each other. There is absolutely no way men will not be attracted to women naturally. That's just how we were designed to function in that way. It's a God-given natural occurrence or a tendency that we have. So you can't resist that. That doesn't mean we can't control that. But at the same time, it doesn't mean that by virtue of having all these feelings, I should base my rationale and I should base my view and my opinion or my need to have a relationship with a female companion just on the basis of my primal urges. It just does not add up. It's sort of like an equation that doesn't exactly have the right formula. It's always going to end in something that's just incomplete. I don't think it's always about the physical benefits or the physical stuff. I think it goes beyond that. Human beings are a lot more sophisticated than that. We are more than just a need to just kind of express our sexuality. Sexuality has its limitations. What happens when it's no longer about sexuality? What need do you have? People have different needs. People have a need to want to connect with another human being. People want to be with somebody that they feel safe with. People want to be with somebody who they feel understands them. People have a lot of desires and needs that go beyond sexuality, and they also go beyond material things as well. I just think that it's true to some extent, but I think the young men who don't really like women, I think it's a maturity issue in my own point of view. They probably struggle with some emotional awareness of themselves and others as well, to reconcile themselves with the fact that, look, human beings are sophisticated. Human beings are not the same. Just because one human being hurts you doesn't mean every one of them will hurt you. Because we sort of project our previous experiences to the next person or the next individual. But it's something we gotta psychologically manage. You know, sort of like the defensive walls or mechanisms that we put up because of our previous experiences, so we become afraid of being hurt by others and so on. So it's just a little bit complicated for me personally. I just feel like there's a lot more to explore with regards to human beings than just looking at it from the physical aspects, or what do people want to get from each other, things like that. But anyway, that's just what I feel, and that's just what I think. It's weird that there is young people out there who don't like women, and women who probably don't like men. But I think it represents an imbalance in our society. There's an imbalance, but imbalances are caused by imbalances. And whenever there's an imbalance in one aspect of humanity, it causes a ripple effect in all the other different aspects as well. So I guess it's just one of those things for us who are believers. We believe that as human beings we have to make a swift return to God. Duty of every man is to return to his original state as was created or originally intended to think and function like. I think human beings tend to struggle with that when it comes to that. I think the godliness aspect of it, or the spiritual aspect of it as well. But that's what I think about this subject matter. You tell me what you guys think about that. Do men actually like women? If you guys do, tell me, do you actually like women? Like them as people? Or do you just tolerate them because of what you want to get out of them? And same applies for women too, actually. I'd like to know from women and what their perceptions, or rather what their inputs on this issue is. But otherwise, thanks for watching, guys. Do leave a comment, do like, do subscribe if you like the content, and hit that notification bell so that you can know when I drop another video. But other than that, thanks for watching if you watch all the way up to this far. Okay, thanks, and God bless. This is society as it stands now, corrupted to the core. People have forgotten to live by the code. So if what they learn from a young age is the form of peer pressure, we are raised to value sex more than women themselves. That's what somebody says. And you get no points for the ladies for attacking your own kind. Okay, you win. Next topic. My own kind? Yeah. Not if they act like not if they act like little girls. I don't get points from anyone. If I see BS, I call it out. No matter that you're between your legs. Okay, man. Anyway, enjoy your Saturday. Whatever, man. Okay, this is just a lot of weird, crazy things. The species is only good for one thing. Everything else is just add-on piles of misery. As soon as they make robots that taste like the real stuff, I'm giving up in Jolo and buying myself one. Plug in and plug off. That's how I want to live my life in this hell they call life. That sounds like a miserable person right there. There's a lot of young people here. There's a lot of young people. People probably, a lot of them maybe below age of 35, not my generation. Some of them maybe my generation, some of them much younger than me, people in their 20s, and teenagers. That's the demographic here. I know this group very, very well. They can be too much. I don't know why I'm still there. Everything and anything that you think, they just post it. I think it might be because of what most women have become these days. It's a task to fully appreciate them. Wow, what an original thought, blaming women. Well, call it what you want. Women can't even appreciate other women, and that's a fact. So you can score as many points as you wish with women, but I'm telling you facts. Always in women's business, women can't appreciate each other. What you need to do is address problems with your own gender first. Thousands of men are losing their lives at the hands of other men, and you are here sticking your nose in women's issues like you've been drinking panty water since birth. Stop it. Wow. You get no points for avoiding men and going after women. That's interesting. And they go on back and forth.